Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Lance J. Brown, and I'm the 2014 president of the AIA New York chapter. Tonight's program is one of a series of events directly related to the exhibit on view 2 floors above, both floors, entitled Open to the Public, Civic Space Now. The exhibition is an initiative of my presidential theme, Civic Spirit, Civic Vision, which seeks to elevate public awareness of contemporary design challenges and opportunities as they relate to urban public space, to civic space. The exhibit upstairs has been accompanied by 2 other exhibits, Polis 7, an exhibit on competition-winning spaces from all over Europe, the Swiss Landscape Show, which is still up behind you, a show on Barcelona urban reconstruction with a major urban space enclosed, and a show which opened just last week, the Queensway Show, about open space in Queens, which hopefully some of you are familiar with. In this way, we advocate, in a word, with ever denser cities, our shared open space and our civic realm will only become increasingly important. How we apportion it, how we design it, how we regulate it, maintain it, and of course how we pay for it will become increasingly important and possibly a fragile subject. Yep, the exhibit upstairs is on view until September 6th, well worth seeing if you haven't had a chance, and towards the end we may even have a big surprise to add to it. Tonight's event is the third in a series of 4 programs. The first 2 was a major symposium all day on Saturday, June 14th, where 30 speakers came together, including government officials, architects, artists, academics, to set the stage by elucidating the centrality of public space in urban life and the need to both augment and preserve truly open access to these spaces. The second program was Public Space, Community and Privacy, a panel discussion that addressed the intersection of civic space and affordable housing in New York City, looking also at projects that are NYCHA projects and what will be happening with them as the new administration begins to address those grounds. We are definitely witnessing a rollout of new and improved public spaces around the 5 boroughs. The work of the previous administration got the ball rolling in claiming roadways for pedestrian use, including Broadway Boulevard and Times Square. The DOT Plaza program continued the POPs, greenways from the High Line to Queensway, and others all confirm a growing interest in the value of open space and to a large extent in the regulation and management of it, including the 9/11 Plaza at Ground Zero. Tonight's program will address issues of how we raise capital and financing for these spaces. The evening speakers, public space advocates, including practitioners, academics, city government program directors, will address questions of who initiates and raises capital for public space projects, and critically for our city, and how maintenance is built into these various configurations, maintenance possibly being one of the most critical aspects of this topic. Open to the public, Civic Space Now upstairs is supported in part by a grant from the National Endowment for the Arts and was made possible through the very generous support of the sponsors you see, hopefully some of them on the slide behind me, and including sponsors of the AIA 2014 Inaugural Fund, with special thanks to the patrons, FX Fowl, Pay Cobb Fried and Partners, and Sciami Construction. Before I hand the mic over, I want to quickly draw your attention to the last of the 4 programs in the Open to the Public sequence, The Future of Public Space, which will take place on September 5th, here again, and we'll have speakers who think poetically and conceptually about the future, as well as those who are practicing in more unusual circumstances. So Suzanne Fraser, Michael Sorkin, and others.